All right, hello everybody. Welcome to our very first episode of Idle Stand Nation. Today is 27th of January, 2019. Uh, I'm one of your hosts, Jun. Joining me is my man Bang and Aura.
What's
What's up,
up?
everyone?
Yeah, I gotta say, man, we've had a really great week in K-pop, didn't we?
Yeah, K-pop,
Definitely.
American pop, whatever pop.
It's like, well, we started the week off was the 21st. Cherry Bullet had their debut, a really
Was it
strong
the
one at that.
was it the 21st?
Yeah, it was a Monday because that was the day I started my leave. That's when I started my vacation from work.
Oh wow,
Uh,
my sense of time is so
Lucky.
off.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I gotta say Q&A made a really strong impact on me. And his entire debut showcase really.
Yeah,
So didn't you say like you had what was that one day you said how many times did you play Q&A? Bang.
a lot.
Oh,
Whenever I start off my playlist, I usually start with that or what else? Or Sappy, Red Velvet.
Mm.
Been playing that a lot.
I have yet to see Sappy, but you can roast me later on that. Uh, um, but no, I love the concept for this. It like as someone who really loves the old school video games, I love the whole like two-dimensional parts. I mean, I'm not a big gamer these days just because I don't have the time. I have way too many responsibilities. But there was like some aspects where I was like, oh, that kind of reminds me of Overwatch, or oh, that kind of makes me want to play Super Mario Brothers or something like that. I love the visuals. It was very colorful. It was bright. It was so fun. Uh,
Yeah, and I gotta say too, like one of the things I liked about that music video was it wasn't too distracting with all like the special effects because you know how
yeah,
certain or certain videos they really like to play a lot of like special effects into the music video where it gets distracting and it detracts from like the choreography or the cinematography, right? um, but they it was really well done in that aspect and the song itself it kind of it kind of reminded me a little bit of Red Velvet, right?
yeah.
But it's still a unique sound for them, I think.
Well, so uh, coming off of AOA, another group that is produced by the same company that brought in Bingo Bangle with AOA. It has a similar feel, is what I thought. I was
I
like,
remember
oh,
you mentioning that.
yeah,
Yeah, it does. Uh,
um, but yeah, it it felt like it was more of a fun kind of deal, but because this is the first music video, whereas AOA was trying to go for a change. And
yes.
so I think this was a good way to start because of how the trends are these days. It brings people in, makes everything fun. And I think, don't get me, I love Haeyoon's smile since Produce 48. Um,
Yes.
so
I was gonna bring that up too, but go ahead, man.
uh, uh, it just kind of all of their smiles like just draw you in. It gets you invested. It makes you want to kind of join in with them, having fun. They're all playing video games. They're all dancing, just doing their own thing. But yeah,
Yeah, and so I was gonna say too with the interesting thing with Cherry Bullet, they were already generating a lot of buzz before they actually debuted. And I know for me personally, uh, it was Haeyoon from Produce 48 that really got me on board with Cherry Bullet before they even debuted. I didn't even see any like concept videos or trailers or anything like that. Just having Haeyoon's name attached to it, I was already sold.
uh, so I was a similar way. The only thing I did watch was one of their dance practices. before they got named Cherry Bullet, I saw one of their dance practices. I was like, okay, this is legit. This is legit.
I did watch that. Yeah, I'm sorry I forgot about that. Wait, was it you or was it I that posted that? It was one of us. We posted it in the group chat.
I think it was you, to be honest.
Yeah, that's right. Because that's really odd too. Because I'm normally the one that's late with the news cycle. It's usually one of you guys that beat me to posting these kind of things. So I should have remembered that. That was actually one of my first victories. You guys don't know this, but I'm always like competing.
Victories.
Like, yeah, like because you guys don't know this, but I'm always competing with the people around me. So that includes you guys.
Oh, I see how it is. I see how. Okay.
Ouch.
I know where we're going now. I know where we're going.
It's
Okay.
it's just that it's not that I want to be the best at whatever it is. I just don't want to be the worst, and I want to make sure that I'm actually like, that I'm actually kind of like pulling my weight and contributing and whatnot. You know what I mean? Like I just don't want to be that leech who's always like consuming and not ever contributing anything. So
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel in the group chat.
right?
Everyone posts pictures and everything, and I just kind of lurk and save everything.
Well, I have to run the chat, so for me, it's just kind of okay. Who's being terrible, or if it's good?
So yeah, going back to Cherry Bullet, I think I want to say, isn't that the first album that all of us had bought at the same time?
I have not bought it yet.
Well,
What?
I mean, excluding Twice.
So
I don't even think with Twice that all of us bought an album at the same time.
I mean, I see a group order link. I see a link anywhere. It's instantly bought, pretty much. I know as soon as I saw that link that Ghost put up, I was like, okay. I pretty much stopped everything I was doing.
Yeah, you guys are driving me nuts with that too, because I was getting ready for my road trip, and as I was driving, like my phone notification was just blowing up with the group chat from you guys talking about Cherry Bullet. I'm like, I want to be part of this, but I can't because I'm driving. And then just seeing all of you guys like buying and stuff. So wait, Aura, you didn't buy it yet?
no. So I'm low on funds right now because I had to loan my friend some money so he could pay for rent.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. So until I get until I built up so I had to dig into my funds for geeking out to help a friend out.
Right.
That's going to be priority.
That's a good thing. Yeah, exactly. And it's a beautiful thing. So, wow, but I'm surprised though, because I could have swore that I felt like I was the one that was getting left behind. I'm like no, I gotta buy this album too. Like I want this album, like everyone's already buying it, and I want it for myself.
I will.
Although you did buy it, you did not get the signed version.
Well,
that is something I missed out on.
Yes, but I think by now you guys realize that I'm not really too keen on getting like collector's editions or like the signed stuff. I already do just like I'm content with having just the album itself, and I just thought it was funny that when I arrived in K-Town, was it yesterday? Well, no, it's past midnight, so it's the other day. Seeing you guys buying the albums, and I was the last one to buy it, but the first one to actually have it in hand. It kind of felt. Well, I kind of felt vindicated.
I guess so, but
I kind of felt vindicated with that. So, yeah. So far, I think out of all the members, besides Heiyun, Yuju and Chaden they've really been getting my attention. Like Yuju is really sexy, right? Right?
I mean, for me, the one that's getting the most attention is Kokoro, and that's because of her name. Don't get me wrong, like I want to learn all their names, but Kokoro, meaning heart in Japanese, was probably one of the first words I learned in Japanese because of this one girl from high school. So, yep. Because her name was Kokoro, I was like, oh, I remember her name now. Kokoro, heart.
Yeah. So for our listeners, you're gonna notice this with Aura. His initial bias is usually gonna be whoever you can remember name first.
I'm sorry, I'm bad with names.
He's absolutely terrible with names. So with kokoro in Japanese, it can be translated to heart, and it really has more to do with like yeah, like feelings, right? So heart in terms of feelings, but not like heart in terms of like the actual body
Organ.
organ. Exactly. Yeah. Uh, and with Chaden, it's those eyes, man. She's getting me with those eyes. But I've noticed too with like Yuju, she kind of has like a certain aesthetic appeal to her that it's been that's the kind of it's kind of been like my current thing, I guess, because I started recently getting on board with Yain from Lovelies, who kind of has a similar aesthetic appeal, and I don't know, man, it's weird. So now that's just kind of been my thing.
I don't know. Like usually, so after the whole name thing, it's usually the most mischievous is what I feel like is what I'm drawn to.
You like the troublemakers?
Oh yeah, they are hilarious.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like so with Twice, my initial bias was Momo. Why? Because peaches.
Yeah.
It was the easiest thing to remember. Mo, peaches.
Yeah,
She's a peachy character.
So for our listeners, in Japanese, the word momo can mean peaches, and for in terms of names, it won't necessarily mean peach, and for like a Japanese name, because the kanji could be used to actually provide a different meaning. So
Yeah.
with Japanese names, it's not so much based off of the pronunciation as it is based off of the kanji that's used to build a name. But yeah, for Oda, he just goes off of the word Momo meaning peach. So after Momo came who?
Oh, Sana, straight up.
Yeah, that's
Straight up.
so she's been your girl since then, right?
Oh yeah. Seeing how mischievous she could be with like the icon and stuff. But yeah, once Cherry Bullet, I find the one person that is super mischievous with all the other members, I'm set. Okay? Once I figure out their personalities, I'm set.
I kind of have a feeling that it's going to be Chaden. I think Chaden is going to be the mischievous one.
You think?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but that's just my guess for now. So we'll see if I'm right in the future. So, I think we've done pretty well on that topic. You guys want to move on to the next piece?
Yeah, let's talk about so today, well, I guess yesterday, considering we're recording at midnight, yesterday was the OhMyGirl concert. And
Yes. I've been waiting so long to talk about this. You guys have no idea. like the concert's been over for like 3 hours now, and I'm still like in the afterglow of it.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all.
So at first, right, I was a little nervous because, for one, the company, which is a Kpopticket.us, the company hadn't been doing a really good job promoting them. In fact, we were seeing all over, like on the OhMyGirl Mino, right? All these fans were like just finding out that they were having a concert, and it's like, are you kidding? The concert's in 3 days. Like, are you gonna be able to make the plans to go to wherever it is that you need to go to see the concert? The 5-hour drive or whatever. But
oh, really?
yeah, there was a lot of that going on, and thank goodness that you had places like Choice Music LA, which full disclaimer, folks, Choice Music LA, they are not a sponsor. They're not paying me to plug them in. So just getting that out the way. But Choice Music LA, they actually had quite a bit of ticket vouchers that they were giving away to whoever would show up to their store and mention the secret word to them or whatever. And each voucher would be good for 4 seats. So they had quite a bit of that going on, and it still wasn't like a fully packed concert. It was quite a bit when I was really relieved when I saw how many people actually turned out. I would say it was probably like 90% full from what I could tell.
Okay.
But it, it was a good turnout. And for me, it definitely was worth the 16 hours of driving.
Wait, six? Wow.
So, well,
I thought it would be less than that.
it
I know,
it, it,
right?
would it would have been 10 hours, right? I was actually on track to make my way to this hotel in 10 hours from 700 miles driving from New Mexico. The
Okay.
problem was, I initially planned for taking 12 hours, and that's what Google Maps originally told me was 12 hours, and I kind of put in a little buffer in there for myself for if there's traffic or whatnot.
Yeah.
Well, I got here too early. Check-in time for this hotel is 3 o'clock, and I'm not gonna wait around for 2 hours. If I'm gonna be waiting around for 2 hours, I can drive for 2 hours to K-Town.
Yeah.
So I went to Koreatown in LA, and that's where I went to Choice Music LA. And if you re you guys saw I did post the photo in the group chat, right? For albums in hand. So yeah, I bought like $175 worth of albums and various people, which I'll talk about in a later episode. I'll do a quick hits episode just for that with an unboxing. But yeah, it was a good turnout, and the my goodness. So driving back from K-Town, it took 3 hours because it was an accident, and plus it was rush hour in LA. So all told, that's not even including the 1 hour I spent driving around in LA to get to Choice Music LA, as well as driving around to get some food and whatnot. But yeah, I spent 16 hours driving, a total of what did I say, 1,600 miles.
Oh. Oh.
It was really
Oh.
painful. It was absolutely terrible.
I already hate driving, and that just makes it sound worse.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what, man? That concert yesterday, was worth it. Yes.
Yeah.
So, I guess there's so many things I just want to talk about. So I guess I'll just start from like more towards the beginning as well. So one thing that really I really noticed like right away as I was making my way in was just the sheer variety of people, right? I was actually expecting to be like 80% Asian, from like especially like SoCal Asians, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't the case. Yes, there was a lot of Asians, but we also saw like a lot of black people, a lot of white people, Hispanic people, and even like among those different races, there was also like people from various like subcultures, right? Some people who dressed more in like a hip hop style. There was a dude who was dressed like a cowboy.
Okay.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I was there now, just so I could see that cowboy.
Dude, it was really interesting. And then even like the various age groups as well. Like I'd say the average age was probably like around 23 years old. I saw like an older couple. They were like probably in their 50s. And at first I thought they were there with like the grandkids or anything, but no, they were just there by themselves, just the two of them.
Mhm.
So it's just really cool. Just seeing the people that are there. A part of me was a little self-conscious about going to this concert alone. But by coincidence, the girl that was sitting to my right and the guy that was sitting to my left were also there alone. So the three of us, we kind of became like a crowd in ourselves. Like we actually started talking to each other. It started with the girl next to me. She was the first one to start talking. She's asked me about like if there was any other groups I was into. Like a lot of those basic 20 questions, right? That come that when you first meet a fellow like fan member in a group chat, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like they always ask like who's your bias, or have you been to any of the concerts or whatever. So we had that start, and then when a dude to my left showed up, he had like this really cool camera, like one of those 360-degree cameras.
Oh,
Yeah, and
I love playing with those.
so his actually came with his phone. I didn't get to ask him what his phone was, but yeah, so the girl next to me, again, she's initiated a conversation with him. Asked him about that, if he ran a channel or anything like that, and then just the three of us, we got to having fun. And that's one of those beautiful things about going to concerts, even going alone. You may show up alone, but you're not going to actually enjoy it alone.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're going to build up some kind of like camaraderie with the people around you, right?
Yeah.
And dude, so I'm gonna start talking about like the performance, dude. It's just so like it's already amazing watching them on stage on YouTube videos and whatnot and music videos, but actually seeing them on stage live, it's so incredible. The energy, right? Seeing the smiles on their faces, like they were actually having fun. They're enjoying their performance. The Hyojung, she made every attempt, right, to like give some fan service to the audience. That she was in the middle of dancing, it's just smiling and laughing and flashing the peace sign, winking. They all were actually.
That wink has to happen.
It definitely does, and really like it made me love every single one of the members all that much more. And was it Yua, her dance, like we all knew that she's an amazing dancer. Videos don't do her justice. When you see her dance live, and I'm not even just talking about like those solo dances that she would do. Like, for example, I'd say probably Windy Day was probably my favorite song that they performed.
Yeah.
Her performance was so powerful. Like she really stood out. Like even when I would try to like focus in on the other members, right? She kept drawing my eyes in with the way she would move, the way she would flip her hair. Like she's really good. She is an amazing dancer, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, like, obviously I wasn't there, and I'm also not as big of a fan of them. But she has this certain charisma about her that when she's on variety shows,
Yes.
that like you can really tell, like she just draws people in really. How do I say this without sounding stupid?
she attracts attention to her very naturally.
Yeah.
And like, what was it? So I know you saw that episode of Idol Room. Did you watch it, Bang?
I did not.
Ah, you're missing out, dude.
Someone's always
I'm not
missing
caught
out.
up on any episodes of anything, to be honest.
You gotta like, cause even like Jiyoung from Bold 4, wasn't she adorable?
Oh yeah. Like, so my friend, I guess I want to call them Noemi fans because they're not into like all my geeks. Yeah, they're not into all my geeky stuff. Like they're not into anime. They're not into K-pop. They're not into J-pop. They're not into like the video games. They're into the like me being weird and stuff. But so I call them my Noemi fans because they don't consider me normal. But like, okay, now I've just lost my chain of thought. No, it's yeah, I completely lost my chain of thought there. What were we talking about?
So I guess we can go back to talking about the concert. So I took 300 photos, and I actually lost a few because my phone crashed on me.
Oh wow.
So, but I did manage to get a good shot of every single member, and So I have an Instagram account. I've had an Instagram account. I've just never actually posted anything to it. But with this concert, I had to. Like I actually made my very first Instagram post because I was just that excited. My goodness, man! Just like even just going through these photos again, it really is. You guys can tell it was just so. I was really excited.
You've been excited for since we told you about it. To be honest, like
Yeah,
like you've been trying. So you tried to get me to go. I made a joke about, hey, you should buy me a ticket, and
I was going to
well,
too.
yeah, I had to think for a second. I was like, wait, this is Jihoon. He would do it. I have to immediately retract that. So I was
Well,
like, don't buy it for me.
yeah. Well,
I'm not gonna enjoy it as much as you because I'm not as into Oh My Girl as you.
and I even tried getting Ghost to go too, because like if not with me, but at least to the Chicago concert. But he wasn't able to make it, so I was still pretty bummed about that for him.
Yeah, because if for people who don't know, Ghost is one of our friends who is part of a chat that we are a part of on Amino. Um, Not trying to plug Amino in, we're not sponsored by them either, but Ghost is probably going to pop up in a lot of our conversations. But yeah, Ghost is probably the only other person I can think of right off the top of my head that's as big of a Oh My Girlfriend as you are.
Yes, yes. I mean, you saw for what was it, maybe a month or so, where it was just nothing but Yua being spammed in the group chat.
Oh yeah. So okay, Yua is probably the one member I know the best out of thanks to you and Ghost. Possibly Mimi too, but the only reason is because I subscribe to their V Live because of you guys. And the first V Live I saw was her making takoyaki. I love takoyaki.
Yes, wasn't it such a cute video too? Like
I
you,
was,
she was because she was kind of what was it kind of or not sloppy klutzy about it, right?
yeah,
Yeah, like, she's normally not like she's like the anti like Aegyo,
yeah.
but her anti Aegyo is what makes her cute.
It, it it happens. It just happens.
Yeah, she's really good at that. So, um, so I think that's about enough for the concert because I could probably spend a whole like another 2 hours just talking about just that. So
Before this wraps up, the place that was giving out they're giving out tickets if you say the secret code.
yeah, they well it was just for the Indio concert. Actually, wait, there's another concert. Well, it's tomorrow though, or today I should say. So by the time this comes out, people won't be able to get those vouchers in time.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Choice Music LA. So if you guys have not heard of them, give them a check. They actually have an online store, and they have pretty decent prices. And they ship fairly quick. I know I got my light stick from them within 5 days of ordering it. So
Yeah.
definitely worth a shot. And even though they may be a little bit more expensive on certain goods, I just want to throw my support behind them and give them my money. So I highly recommend them. So
Yeah.
The thing that I was wondering was it always like the same secret code that people were able to use? Like if someone used the secret code, they could easily like tell their friend and be like, "This is
yes,
the secret
yes,
code." I didn't
yeah.
know that.
Because I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but with Choice Music LA, one thing I've noticed is and I first noticed this when I first visited that place last year, October. I bought some albums from them, and they included some very large photo cards that it looked like it was printed by the store itself. And it's not that they were cheap; they were actually professionally printed. They were high quality, but I don't think they were provided by like the album companies or anything like that. I think it was actually provided by the store itself, and when I got my light stick, it also included a quick printed like tip sheet, I guess, for like for caring for the light stick and what kind of batteries to use. It didn't come with the light stick itself from the manufacturer. It was actually printed and put in there by Choice Music LA.
Wow.
And when I visited there again the other day, uh, they also carried some fan-made goods, merchandise.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
That's
so I get the impression that Choice Music LA is run by actual like K-pop fans for K-pop fans.
Why does that sound like a child television show?
I know, right? Like it sounds like an advertising gimmick that you would throw in for like a company's model or whatever. But like really, you if you go to a store enough times or you order from them enough times, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. Like you'll see it in the way they run the store, and even the staff. The staff is
Friendly and
they're friendly. They're K-pop fans.
yeah,
You
know
know they're K-pop
exactly
fans.
what is what.
Yes.
Yeah.
So whenever you if you're ever in LA, make it a point to drop by K-Town and go to Choice Music LA.
Okay.
And so that girl that was next to me in the concert, she also told me about this other place. It's actually a 10-minute walk from Choice Music LA. It's called Music Plaza. And apparently their selection of goods is just as wide. So definitely hit up those two places if you guys are ever in the area.
My wallet is not going to survive all of this. Okay, my wallet is not. Yeah.
So you know what's
Bainsy,
amazing too? Like despite all this money that I've spent for this trip, and from splurging the other day, you remember how I told you that one of my credit cards has a negative balance on it?
yeah.
Yeah.
It still does.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I got so excited when I saw that. I'm like, oh my God, I can still spend money.
You see, Bang and I, our wallets will not survive as well as yours. So I feel like you have more self-control than the both of us.
I have no self-control.
Especially if it ever comes to like girls' generation, Tiffany, or which I kind of want to talk about Tiffany later, or Twice, I'm not gonna have any self-control. I will go broke. You will see me in a back alley with my albums, like freezing, because I had no self-control.
Well, so it's not to say that I don't binge buy anything either, because like this whole stack of albums that I bought from Choice Music LA that's sitting on my desk right now, every single one of those are splurge purchases. I think the only one that was a planned purchase was like the FX albums. Those are the only two planned purchases I had.
Where you're like, okay, I'm only getting these, and then you came out with like 6 or 7 things.
Well, so when I say planned purchase, like I had it in mind like as of what, 2 weeks ago? No, it was last week. Last week that I decided I was gonna buy those albums.
Okay.
So I programmed that into my budget. So what was it altogether for 2018? I think if you were to take all of us together, we spent probably what, $5,000 last year.
I have no idea.
With all of us combined,
Yeah, because didn't you say you spent like 2,500?
I spent around there, yeah.
And
It was bad.
and I spent like
My bad.
1,500.
I don't want to calculate. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I think we can easily say we spent over $5,000 together.
Well, I'd say for me, I spent money because I did go to Japan probably over a year ago, and I bought an album there. I don't want to translate how much it like translates to from yen to dollars or dollars to yen. That's too much for me. And then
It's not that hard.
It's mathematics. I don't want to do mathematics at this time of night. And then I went to conventions. Conventions, you spend a lot of money. You don't get receipts all the time, okay? But but I got one of my albums from a convention, so it wasn't KCON, but I wish I was. But you spend quite a bit at conventions.
Oh, I bet. I mean, like, if anything, the concert, I splurged purchased on the merchandise, like right after I got out. Oh, they got me good, man.
I told you, watch yourself. Oh, eh.
Uh, I was still basking in the afterglow, so, I, so I I didn't mention this, but I ended up buying the entire set, and which was a package deal. So I got all the fan merch.
Must. Dang it! I'm laughing. I am laughing. I'm crying laughing.
Thank goodness though. Thank goodness that when you buy as a set, it drops the price down to $135.
Well, I mean, I was considering if we ever did go to one of the KCONs that the high touches you can get and like the premium passes, those were like really pricey.
Right now, I really regret not having gotten the meet and greet package deal for the Oh My Girl concert. It was $200, and I felt like I would embarrass myself. Which, looking back now, you know what, man? I should have just embarrassed myself and just got the damn deal.
Yeah. So, you see, my friends say I'm a living embarrassment. I would have done it if I could afford it. Okay, if I can afford, like, so, yeah. If I can go to a concert and I can afford this stuff, I will do it. Like, I wanted to go. I did want to go to the Tiffany concert, but I couldn't afford the $200 high touch ticket, and the $30 tickets were already sold out by the time I got to the website. So I was like, well, I am sad.
Oh yeah, I remember you brought that up before. So
Yeah.
Bang, you mentioned earlier, if we go to KCON, bro, I think we should change that from if to we will go to
When.
KCON. Yeah,
Yeah.
like we need to make that a more definitive thing.
I mean, I'm saving up right now. It's definitely going straight towards that.
So that's another reason why like I'm really like celebrating still having that negative balance on my credit card. So
Celebrating.
yeah.
Celebration now, come on.
Yep. So I don't care if it's gonna be in LA or New York, whichever venue we decide to go to. I'll go to it, and after that I'll make my flight to Japan. So because like last year that's I really kicked myself on that. Like I didn't know that they were having a KCON like the week before I was flying out to Japan. Back in the first week of August. So
Yeah, I mean, I usually try to mention it as soon as I find out. But I think what happened was because I mentioned it to Bang and Ghost and everyone else in our chat before. The thing is that when I mentioned it, you weren't part of the chat yet.
was I not part of the chat yet? I thought
Yeah.
I joined like in July or whatever.
Yeah, I mentioned it way before July.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I
see,
had
I wasn't.
plans to go, but I never met the requirements, sadly.
Yeah. So, because I think I mentioned it, I want to say April, maybe March.
Okay. Yeah, so I definitely wasn't a part of it yet. So for this upcoming one, I'm thinking I'll reserve 3 weeks of leave because I still have a lot of leave left, and
Oh, lucky.
well, my problem is I've always had trouble using my leave because it's always so busy with work, and it just gets so hard to pull away. But with this one,
It's all about work-life balance, bud.
yep. And now, I mean, well, I'm switching departments anyway, so the new department that I'll be going to, it's a much easier department. It's a smaller department, So I'm only gonna have like maybe at most 15 subordinates, I would think. Because right now I have 65, and I don't even want to go down that route. So, long story short, the next department I'll work at should be a lot easier for me to take leave. And I was put in for 3 weeks. If I can get the 3 weeks, I should be able to at least get two. And
Yeah.
I'll take 1 week for KCON and then turn around and go to Japan the following week. So yeah, that's great. I love being able to have these plans already made.
Yeah.
So I think we pretty much digressed enough from the concert topic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we can move on to your piece. What you got,
So,
Laura?
so, Tiffany, love it. She's my girls' generation bias. So she just recently released one of her most recent music video on the 25th of this month, January. And oh my God, it is amazing. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet.
No. So when it released, I was
have to
driving.
watch it.
Wait, you haven't watched it either?
No, I did.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I was about to cry on the inside. Not because of how beautiful the music video was or how beautiful the song was, but because I was the only one. I was like, oh, don't let me be the only one.
yeah. No,
Uh-huh.
I haven't watched it yet because it came out right as I was making my road trip to come here.
Mm,
And I just haven't been able to watch it yet. I've just been busy with dealing with everything else and getting ready for the concert.
yeah.
So I'm slacking right now.
So I mean, it's very different from how she was in Girls' Generation. It's more in tune with how she has been going towards with her latest solo releases, and and with some of the, I guess, recent controversies with like celebrities and their families and their deaths. It's about Tiffany was basically one of them who was involved in those controversies due to her one of her family members. I don't want to mention which one, but if you look up the articles, you'll probably find it fairly easily. But it's got like a really deep meaning because it's about rebirth, about starting again.
Okay.
And it's like not running away from it, but actually taking all the pain, all the like hardships, and turning it into strength. And the visuals were simply amazing.
So
like-
would you say the like the everything from like the aesthetics to the overall feel and direction it's like more of a continuation of that trend established with her previous music video?
I wouldn't say that, to be honest. It's
It's an entirely different like direction. They went in like a whole new direction with like feel and aesthetics and whatnot.
So because I believe the last one was either Over My no, was it? It was either Over My Skin or Teach Me. I don't remember. But those because none of it doesn't seem like any of those videos were connected, but it's like it was about like love. It was about relationships.
I wasn't talking about like the content of like the songs themselves. I was talking about like the artistic style, I should say.
Oh, I'd say it's very similar. It's very different from her like first solo that she debuted when she was still part of SM. It's taken more of a Western style, I'd say.
Okay. And so I can see that because like the Western style is really more geared towards the mature woman anyways, with the way because like if you notice with like even with the like teenage singers, right? the way they do their makeup, the way they style them, it makes them look more like they're 28-year-olds than 17-year-olds,
Yeah.
right? And with Tiffany, now that she's in her 30s, right? Because I remember before she mentioned in a video last year that she was about to hit her 30s. You know,
Korean age.
well, yeah, but she's not she's not a girl anymore. You know, when she started Sony Shide, she was 18. She had just turned
Yeah.
18, right?
Yeah.
So she was still a teenager at the time. And Girls' Generation, they carried with that youth-oriented appeal for a long time, for a lot of promotion cycles.
Oh yeah.
Like, when did they finally start moving on to the? Was it
I want to say around 2011.
Yeah, and that was The Boys, right?
Yeah.
Actually, no, before that, they kind of dabbled into it with Run Double Run.
Oh yeah, that was what 2010.
Yeah, it was just like the year before, so they started like kind of moving into that direction.
Yeah.
But even after like Run Double Run and The Boys, like they still ended up kind of going back to the girlish, pretty like aesthetics, right?
Yeah.
What was that one? What was the music video with the lion?
Lionheart.
It was lion. Yeah, like right. Don't you kind of feel like they
Yeah.
I don't want to use the word regressed because it makes it seem like they undo any kind of progress, like and they're got worse or anything like that.
So to be honest, Lionheart wasn't my favorite. Out of the songs that came after The Boys and I Got a Boy, I to be honest, I Got a Boy was what got me into K-pop.
So then you'd say, so for you, regression is a proper word then? Like
I wouldn't say regress. It just didn't fit my taste.
Okay.
It's because don't get me wrong, I love cute. I love adorable.
Well, yeah, because I mean, you started with AKB, right?
Yeah. So I can still appreciate that style. It just didn't click with me. I mean, not every song from every group is going to click with me.
Right.
It just so happens that Lionheart didn't click with me.
So then, for you, Bang, what do you think of Tiffany's latest?
Honestly, from not hearing anything before that, I was kind of in like, not confusion, but it was new. I haven't really listened anything like that recently, or like anytime before that. So it was a new type of feel for me, I guess.
Okay. So like you hadn't listened to I Just Wanna Dance from like when she was still in SM and whatnot?
Honestly, no. I did not listen to anything that she has done before that.
Okay.
Although I will say I did add everything to my Spotify playlist after that. So it's all in there now.
So another thing I really liked was the visuals. It like not just like physical, like her physically visible. It's how she used like colors, she used lighting, how she used the sun. It was amazing. How she used the beach to signify how wide and alone she was in the music video because she was the only person in the music video.
Yeah, I'm actually familiar with a lot of those cinematography techniques you're talking about.
Yeah.
I do actually pay attention to a lot of that kind of stuff whenever I'm watching like movies or music videos.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a pain too because it detracts away from actually focusing on the actual video itself.
Yeah, it for me, I like it. Just because it feels like I get more depth out of it. It gives more meaning to the music, I guess. Because like, so I'm going to spoil it for you a little bit, just because we are talking on a podcast. But like she starts off in a beautiful white dress, like which like for color wheel kind of thing, it's
Yep.
purity,
Yep, purity.
it's simplicity, which very much matches the song Born Again.
Born Again. She's going back to yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm tracking.
But then as the song goes on, the water kind of like gets the dress wet. It starts kind of getting, I guess, the murky color you would get from washing a white dress.
Right.
And then, like, when it shows her, the light isn't exactly shining on her face for most of the music video. It shows her, like, in a darker, somber, like, feel. But there's a bright sun behind her. But every time she, like, there's a certain lines where she sings that she does look up. And that's usually when she's, like, saying she's being born again. She's changing. And then later on, she switches to a blue dress, which isn't just any blue dress, it's a darker blue dress.
Mm.
And it shows this like a somber feeling. It's tranquil, but it's calming, but it's also darker, so it's also a way of like conveying sadness. And as she's mentioned before, it was because she went into the song carrying like all the problems she had before and kind of going like a bulldozer towards it. But at the end of the music video, you can see her do a slight smile. So it's like smiling in front of to show people, even though you're carrying all that extra weight. And I felt like that really spoke to me in a sense.
Right.
Because we all go through problems. We all have our own stories. And I think having Tiffany be strong enough to convey those in a music video really speaks volumes about her. So that's kind of my takeaway from like how important this music video is compared to some of the other things she's done.
It's something that's she's a lot more personally invested into.
Exactly. And for anyone who hasn't listened to it, Jihoon, should go listen to it, Jihoon, and probably do it soon, Jihoon.
I'll probably do it when I get home.
Whatever. But yeah, I think that this is something that people should watch and probably get a feel for and understand where it comes from.
Okay.
Even like seeing her talk about how she came up with the idea, because she does have a YouTube channel that she posts semi-regular or regularly, semi-regularly. I can never tell, to be honest. But she posts videos of how she comes up with ideas, how she progresses, and it really lets you connect with her more.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, so eventually I'm gonna stop slacking. I'll get caught up. All right. So do you guys think we have another? We still have more time for another segment?
The only other thing I can think of is the Luna comeback, but I'm not really too advanced with. I mean, I've seen all their teasers. It's going to be amazing, I know that, but I don't think I'm really too advanced in it.
Oh man! So with Luna, they had all of their CDs, all their albums at Choice Music LA, like the entire stack of them, like for all the like all their solo debuts, all the sub-unit debuts, and I came so close to just grabbing each and every single one of them, just a whole armful of all of them, but I couldn't bring myself to do it.
I still have not yet gotten myself. I tried, but I got distracted by G Idol, by all these other groups that
I know,
came
right?
out too.
2018 was such an amazing year.
Uh,
How many times like did we just get blown away by one comeback after another?
A lot. Too many to count.
Yeah,
yeah.
and it's like my
I
list will keep growing.
I don't have enough toes and fingers. Okay.
Yeah, and it's like every time I want to get around to like a new group, like there's always a group. So what's my last count? I think I'm at like 13 groups and artists, like just artists in general that I want to get around to, but I can't seem to get to them because someone else new comes up, or someone comes up with a comeback, and it's like, nope, I got other priorities now.
Eyes one. We got sidetracked by them. With they are amazing.
Yes. Yes. I think
Then
we've been on Eyes One for like what, if over a full month now. I think that's all we've been spamming in the group chat for like the longest time.
a month. It would probably like 2 months, 3 months. Probably since they debuted, like a couple of weeks after they debuted.
Yeah,
To be
because
honest.
I remember 70% of what we talk about is Eyes One.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And like the other 30% is like Twice, Red Velvet, Sony Shide, Yoda Chingu.
Which Yoda Chingu Jifen, their latest one was just as amazing too.
Yes, yes. I got the album too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, yeah. I definitely once I saw it, like my hand automatically went to it. I didn't even have to think about it. So, but
Yeah.
I totally failed when with preparing my laptop for this trip because I forgot that my laptop doesn't have a CD-ROM drive or DVD-ROM drive, so I can't listen to any of my albums yet.
Ooh. You know that's your bad.
Yeah, it's totally my bad. So
And something else to look forward to for releases, CLC. They're finally having a
yes,
comeback. Oh my
yes,
god.
they have a comeback. The date hasn't been announced yet, though, right?
No, it's been announced, dude. It's
What?
uh it's at the end of the month, January
Oh, yeah, that's
30th.
right.
January 30th.
Their comeback is with Luna at the same time as Luna.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have a pretty decent set of comebacks for well now this week. So
Yeah.
I think we'll have a pretty good news cycle for this week.
Yeah. I mean, it's been mm, I want to say whenever Hobgoblin was no, it's either Black Dress or Hobgoblin. I can't remember which they released last, but it's been a
Uh,
good amount of time.
I want to say it was Hobgoblin. No, wait. Hobgoblin was 2016, wasn't it?
No, was it? Let me check. So Hobgoblin was 2017.
2017. So then
Uh,
Black Dress was 2016, right?
uh, let's see. Black February 22nd, 2018. So yeah, it was Black Dress.
Okay.
Almost a year ago.
You
Almost
know,
a whole year.
you know what it was? I think I'm thinking of a different Black Dress from an older group. Like was it Hello Venus?
I
Like
think
or Rainbow? Might have been Rainbow. So
if it I don't no great. Now I want to see who else sings Black Dress.
so that's one thing. Like if you've been in the K-pop scene long enough, you're gonna notice that certain song titles do get reused or
Yeah.
recycled, I should say. So, for example, Tuku Tuku, Pit Pat. There's like
Yeah.
4 songs out there by 4 different artists with that title. I know
Yeah.
one of them is like Boa, and
Yeah.
then Twice. Let's see. Another recent artist. I think it's like Lovelyz maybe has a Pit Pat as well. So there's like I know there's at least 4 that can like that I know that have the same title, and it's going back over a span of what the past 13 years. So
Yeah. I mean, it sometimes it'll even cross over with the like American songs or Japanese songs or even Chinese songs, like it's going to cross. I mean, it's probably going to be like the translation that crosses,
Right.
Because
Oh yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yep. Because was it somebody had a Japanese release album and they ended up changing the title to that actually to like Pit Pat.
really?
Yeah, but again, this is like something from back in the day. I'm talking like probably like 9 years ago now.
Okay. Hmm.
So, all right. Well, things about time to wrap things up, you guys.
Yeah, we've had a good recording. It's been, I'd say, about an hour. Yeah.
Yep, we are at an hour.
Okay.
So that's you've had a really good first episode, and
Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you for listening. Hopefully, you guys find this interesting, and at the very least, have gotten exposed to some new groups that you've never heard before, and that you share into the excitement with us. We'll make it a point to try and broaden your exposure to all these various groups that are out there that you may have never heard of, because
Or you can broaden ours.
or broaden ours exactly because there's a lot of groups out there that, for example, Laboom or Lovelies, they do very well in Korea or fairly well, but they're almost unnoticed on the road stage. And there's a lot of artists out there that do deserve a bit more exposure. So, Bang, do you want to close things up?
Yeah, I mean, basically what they're saying, just if you liked what you heard, check in next week. We're covering main groups like that, main news for the week, and we hope you enjoyed.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
And, yeah.
Peace.
Bye. Adios.
See ya.